Hi, I'm Sam.
And I'm Miguel, and this is the Didn't Anyone Mention podcast. What do you got for me today?
I guess, yeah. I've seen like
Bill's coming out to get me, man. He won't freaking.
Yeah, this whole episode, all you guys are going to hear is paper crinkling.
Bro, I am not trying to crinkle my paper. Miguel's out to get me. Anyways, welcome back. Do you have any idea what I'm going to talk about today?
No, because I'm really not the guy to look at your papers.
You're not a screen looker?
I'm not a screen looker. I don't look at your papers.
Also, I don't even know what a screen looker is. We just had to have a conversation about it because I was like, I guess I kind of understand what it is.
If you have siblings and you grew up, let's say, early 2000s, if you were born in the 90s, you know what a screen looker is.
I just didn't know what a screen looker was because I never had video games, okay? I didn't know.
Well,
I couldn't see.
Let us know on Instagram. Are you a screen looker or not?
I'm going to post a survey. It's okay to be a screen looker.
It's not okay. I mean, it is okay. If you're playing against your siblings, it's okay.
Exactly.
But against your husband, not okay.
When have we played a game that is screen looker? We play together as a team.
The game of life, I guess. Anyways.
Okay, welcome back, y'all. Miguel has no idea what we're talking about, but I did say close to home. Do you have any guesses of how close to home?
Idaho.
Yes.
Even closer, more centralized.
Mm-hmm.
Treasure Valley.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Even more closer than that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Treasure Valley. Is it in Boise?
No.
Is it in Meridian?
Mm-mm.
Nampa?
Mm-mm.
Caldwell?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's pretty close.
We got Caldwell going on over here.
Okay. So for those of you that don't know, we live in Nampa.
Yes. I don't know if we've ever said that, but yeah, we live in Nampa, Idaho.
Yeah, we live in Nampa, Idaho. And Caldwell is about 10 miles away. Maybe?
Yeah. I mean, it's like a 10-minute drive, 15-minute drive, max.
Yeah, 15-minute drive as the pigeon farts. It's about that far away.
As the pigeon farts?
Yeah, you never heard that saying?
No, as the crow flies, yeah.
It's the same thing. As a pigeon farts, as a crow flies.
No, it is not.
Yeah, it is.
What kind of backwards?
As the frog leaps. You never
No.
heard that?
Miguel, you're making stuff up.
No, I'm not. As
You're
the
just
dog
like,
shits.
I'm gonna butter my biscuit and call me a popsicle. That's what you say, those random things. You're making
Butter
it up.
my backside and call me a biscuit. How the hell are you, Johnny?
Miguel loves making those up. And I can't even think of one right now because they're always so different.
As the pigeon farts, you never heard that?
Dude, get out of here. It's a pigeon fart.
The listeners right now are probably shaking their head like she's not from Idaho.
I am from Idaho. I've been here longer than you.
What was that supposed to mean? Was that supposed to mean bub?
It's true. Either way, it's true. I've been here longer than you.
In Idaho?
I've been alive longer than you, bub.
That is not. Yeah, that is true. That part is true.
I got like 6 months on you.
Yeah, as the frog leaps, of course.
You're gonna get it, dude. You're gonna get a 1-2 knuckle sandwich. Anyways, if anybody lives in Idaho, they know that like Nampa Caldwell area is called Canyon County. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
But, or I guess that's what the county is called. LOL. That's what I meant.
This is actually a history lesson. And a geography test.
But the Canyon Hill Cemetery.
Oh. Is that off the railroad tracks there?
It is off of 2024 North Illinois Avenue in Caldwell.
On a hilltop?
I think so. From the pictures, it looked like it. You've been there.
My aunt lives next to that.
Dang.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
She might be living next to something a little spooky. The Phantom Jogger of Canyon Hill. This one's a little short and simple. I just was like, is spooky season, baby.
The Phantom Jogger.
Yeah. So, people say if you park between the trees that are facing the cemetery, you will see the Midnight Jogger. She's just on a little jog. And, she'll tap on your window sometimes.
Yeah, fuck that. Nah. I believe it, yeah.
But she's known to run around the cemetery at night. It could just be somebody who has no chill, but people say it's a ghost. So,
fuck that. If anything's tapping on my window, dude, I'm fucking flooring it.
But the midnight jogger has a lot of people freaked out, obviously. But
also, who parks there at sunset? Or what is it, sunrise?
midnight.
Why the fuck are you at a cemetery at midnight?
You never like that. Anyways, okay.
Continue.
But these are like first-hand encounters, okay?
Mm,
So people are like, okay, yeah, the midnight jogger.
yeah.
But how about this old lady that sits on the bench after hours when everyone has left? We're not talking about 6 or 7 o'clock at night. We're talking about way late, and it's pitch black, dark, and creepy out. And people say they've looked away, and they look back, and she's gone. This little old lady. So people have seen a little jogger, and then somebody... I bet she's just taking a break. Because, you know...
She must be pretty fucking fast.
But yeah, people... I don't know if they see them at the same time. But, like, yeah, they see joggers, and then they've seen this, like, old lady that's just, like, chilling on a bench.
To be 100% honest with you...
I see it. It's a cemetery.
I really don't like either.
Well... apparently this has been all the way back to the 1800s.
Yeah, of course it is.
It has murder victims, suicides, and every other sad situation.
What the hell?
I mean, it's a cemetery where people die. Unfortunately.
I don't think they die there.
No, I said
they're placed there.
No, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Their bodies are there, but they have a lot of trauma. Their spirits are restless. You feeling me?
Mm-hmm.
One lady is buried next to her 5 children, and they drove off a cliff and plunged into the water below.
In Idaho?
I guess I didn't fact check that one, but that's another person. These are like Idahoans that I've like did. You hear about this creepy little thing? So this is what I'm reading.
Something about Idahoans is that we like to exaggerate the truth.
You can say that if you want to.
Yeah, I caught a 12-pound bass, but it was actually just a fucking 6-incher.
People say that there's hundreds of homicide victims buried there, but I don't know about all that.
Homicide?
Hundreds.
Well, it's not surprising if you think about it. We did an episode a little while ago about Boise being, before it was the capital, it was almost not a drug, but it was what kind of town was it? It was a lot of bandits and all that were settled in this area.
You're right.
So if you say it goes back to the 1800s, maybe.
Maybe, but yeah, that's why they say that there's a lot of... Because also I found a Boise Ghost Hunters website.
And they did. They have one?
They have one.
Dude, we should totally link up with them.
I know, that'd be so cool. We'll have to find it. Because yeah, I was like, Boise Ghost Hunters, what the heck? So that was cool.
I would not want to do anything like... I would like to talk to them, but I would never go on a...
Yeah.
Actually, I would. No, I wouldn't. I ain't even gonna lie.
I would need to take like a holy water bath before I get back to my house.
I'd probably have to be blackout drunk. Then I'd be talking to all them spirits.
Yeah, you're like, what's up?
I heard you were a pussy! Show yourself! Heard you couldn't, bitch!
You're like, have you heard this bop lately? J. Cole, this weird side?
Yeah.
You're dancing.
Yeah, I'm over there just... These girls say shit.
Stop. But they were like, we found the most shocking that most apparitions are non-confrontational, so like, none of them really want to deal with you. So, yeah, they went and they found them.
I didn't know my teachers were apparitions too.
That
was the worst joke ever.
But yeah, they were like, yeah, just processing your joke. But they were like, okay, so we went to go find this female that like taps on the car windows, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they were like, none of them wanted to do that. Like they were like, they appear, but they didn't like.
Okay.
Come over or anything.
They saw them.
Yeah. They saw them, but they just, like, none of them, like, bugged them.
I feel like you're just flying over this.
If anything, that's the most, like, not lamest ghost story, but, like, when a ghost, you just see it. At least it's not freaking messing you up, man. Some of them, like, scratch you. Some of them, like,
No.
make you sneeze, you know? Or, like,
ghost
put your
makes you
finger
sneeze, yeah?
put your finger in your nose so you can't sneeze. That's, like, messed up.
Never thought about that. If a ghost did that to me, it's on site.
It's on site. So iron.
Yeah, it's on site if a ghost does that to me.
Yeah. But they said, yeah, the lady on the bench, blah blah. But yeah, that's all it was. I found like a little Boise ghost
crazy.
hunters. But yeah, that's like 15 minutes away.
I'd like
20
to
minutes.
do an interview with him, and
That'd be cool. But
I'd be so scared though.
I know. I would be too. But this is like a Caldwell episode, okay? So I got something else for you.
Oh God, that is like. Luckily, a lot of my work is not based out of Caldwell, so
Yeah.
fire away.
But
No, fuck you. No.
Remember, I will bring this up because it's like a good little like Caldwell hotspot for where we work out. Where we work out of. There's multiple locations, and we have some in Caldwell.
Mm-hmm.
We have someone that has to do like, auditing of buildings, blah blah blah. He was saying how he went into this branch and he like heard someone or like saw someone walk.
I'll tell you guys the whole story at the end. I remember the story.
Well, yeah, I mean, we can wait till the end or do it now. I mean, I was going to use it for
Let's finish yours and we'll do it at the end.
But it happened in our good old Caldwell as well. I don't know how close the locations are, but you never know. Anyways, we have the Road River Bridge. Have you ever heard of it?
The Road River Bridge.
Yeah, have you ever been over it?
Road River
Just
Bridge.
like a little bridge, nothing crazy.
I don't think so, unless you can tell me where it's at. I might have been over it.
I mean, it's in Caldwell. What else do you want me to tell you, dude?
Jesus, okay. Fuck me, I guess.
But there's an urban legend, a rumor, that if you pull over, turn your headlights off, you will see a shadow of a woman who hung herself on the bridge.
Let's go do it.
No, not happening. But yes, the Forlorn Woman is what she's called. Supposedly the illegitimate daughter of an American author, Stephen Crane, hung herself after being being told that she was a mistress, or she was found out that she was a mistress with child. Scandal. Some versions of the story say that it was like a pig farmer or whatever. So, the story gets a little jumbled, but either way, she was carrying a child of an illegitimate, thing. She hung herself to avoid scandal, but you can see her, hanging from the bridge. If you just pull over and park. And there are, a lot of encounters from it. I have 1, 2, 3, 4.
I see pictures, it looks like.
Yeah, it's how...
They took pictures of them?
No, it's the bridge. So, this is, the bridge. So, I don't think you can drive over it anymore. But...
That doesn't look familiar in Caldwell.
Yeah, but...
That doesn't look familiar.
Yeah, like I said, I don't think it's, operational anymore. But that's how they, had the, whatchamacallits, testimonials, They put it on the picture, of course. But anyways, but that's it. There's not, any, actual history to it besides that's what it's been told. They say that a woman did die there, but we don't. These are all spooky stories, okay? So, take it with however you want. My experience started on a warm summer night.
Oh, this is a first-hand encounter.
Yeah, these are all first-hand encounters that I have.
Okay.
Where did I leave off? Summer night around 11:30 p.m. Right before midnight.
Right, 11:30.
I made my way to the bridge with my family and friends.
Mm-hmm.
The headlights of our car beamed towards the bridge.
Beamed.
It was a peaceful night with the bridge sitting right in front of us.
Beautiful bridge.
The haunting didn't start until we shut the lights off.
Yeah, why would you do that?
After exiting the car, we could hear a woman.
A wormin. We could hear a wormin.
We could hear a woman yelling for help. The voice came across the bridge, but we couldn't find anyone on or near the bridge that needed assistance. We took pictures and called 911 just in case, but the operator said they get a lot of that and nothing is ever found.
I'm going to go with... Nah, I don't think that one's real.
She sent out an officer, but nothing was found. After getting home, we reviewed the photos, and several photos had a fog lurking around us on the bridge. While we were on the bridge taking photos, it was clear out. So they're saying there's no fog. But in the pictures, there's fog.
Do they have the pictures?
They didn't post the pictures.
Of course. Those fucking scoundrels.
Every time we had our flashlights or car lights on, there's no fog visible. I'm going to make a video on this location in the future. Can't wait to see what spooky stuff happens while making the video.
I bet their camera was smudgy.
Spongy, so when it's dark, it just makes it.
Yeah, I know the feeling. I'll give that one...
Okay, give me
3.5 out of 10. That one seems...
This one's simple. We heard a yell and a man say something right behind us, but nobody was there.
It gets even less. 2.5. 2.5 out of 10.
Literally just the 2 sentences.
Yeah, it's far worse.
So they're like, I live in Caldwell, and I have heard many stories about this bridge. My husband's friend died here about 25 years ago of drowning. There are other haunting stories, but the place creeps me out, especially this time of year. So there is like an actual death there.
I'm trying to think of that bridge.
I was gonna say
there's one bridge over in Caldwell when I was doing HVAC, and it's super narrow, and it looks like that, but it was still operational. You had to, if there was another car coming, you had to almost take turns crossing the bridge.
Dude, that's almost like where it is, Cascade. There's like a bridge up there. I mean, you can do 2 cars fast, but that thing is rough.
Yeah.
Rough.
Well, I think cars were smaller back then.
Well, and
thinner,
like...
not smaller.
Well, and there's so many, like, trailers and campers and big old trucks and all that stuff.
I mean, if you just look at a full-size truck from, like, 40 years ago to today, they've quadrupled in size.
Yeah, exactly. So here, I'm showing Miguel where the bridge is right now. Here, you can look. It's kind of closer on the northern end of Caldwell. It's Middleton. It's on that page, so you can look at it. But while you're looking at that, I was driving home from a friend's house about 11 p.m. across the bridge. On the right side, I could see sort of a shadow. I stopped my car to take a peek. Sure enough, it was a womanish feature off to the side. You saw a full-on woman. Mm-hmm. Shadow of a woman. Hanging out. Right there. What you got? Where is it at? You know?
I don't think I've ever been on this one.
Okay.
Funny enough, though.
What?
If you try to go right in front of it on Google, it's blurred out.
Weird.
Look at that.
Oh, that is weird.
Isn't that weird?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Spooky.
I've never been on that one.
Okay.
Thought I had.
Okay, here's another one we got. While we're goofing off and looking at the river, I saw a guy run across the water and never touch the water. I knew what I saw and I was freaked out. We couldn't find our keys and started looking for them when we heard a voice call to us from the island of the river. A young man sat in a tree talking to us, but he had no legs and no way to get to the island. He kept repeating, "Stay away from the water," in a shaky, panicked voice. I never returned to the bridge since this experience, and I never plan on doing it again.
Give that one a 5 out of 10. That one would freak me out.
That would freak me out. What do you mean?
You ever heard of Old Greg?
Oh, Greg. Yeah, I have heard of Old Greg. I did go to like school, public school.
No, okay, you did.
So
Explains a lot. No, I'm just kidding.
Jesus, you see what Miguel does to me?
We literally went to the same fucking school. From middle school on.
Yeah, I was in other different schools. Middle school, it's called junior high, okay?
Middle school, junior
No,
high?
it's different.
No, it's...
Middle school is 6th through 8th. Junior high is 7th through 9th. Check me.
I will later.
Okay.
But for now, I think you are a liar. But continue.
Okay, well, I have one more story for you.
Continue your web of lies.
I just wanted something spooky. Jeez.
I know.
Okay, one last story for you.
Okay.
Yesterday, me and my friends went to the bridge. We rolled down our window and turned off our lights. We heard a woman screaming. Also, we had a friend on the phone. Then, all of a sudden, our phone started glitching, and we and my friend, yes, me and my friend, I'm guessing is what he meant to say. I asked him the next day, is what he said. He didn't hang up. So he's saying, like, the phone hung
whoever
up,
was on the other line.
but he asked, and he was like, no, I didn't hang up the phone on you. He had no idea what we were doing and where we were at. So he had no idea.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, if you're on the phone with him, how would you just... Whatever. Anyways, we tried to start the car, but it wouldn't start. And we heard a woman scream, get closer and closer, and then she ran into the water.
If it wasn't for the phone glitching part, I'd probably believe it more.
Yeah. But they said, yeah, their phone glitched, and their friend was like, dude, I didn't hang up on you. And he says that his friend, who said he didn't hang up on him, didn't even know where they were. What are you talking about on the phone, bro?
Mm-hmm.
Like, all the time, I'm like, oh, what you doing? What you doing?
So, is that all
That's the stories I got.
Okay. I don't
So
know.
what do you think? Do you think the bridge is haunted?
I don't know.
Do you think the cemetery's haunted?
I'd give the cemetery more credit than the bridge.
It's more consistent, ish.
The bridge almost seems like... I mean, it could be just that's the way stories are going to go from now on. Is I was on the phone with this. I was taking pictures of that.
Mm-hmm.
Is just because we have so much more access to cameras and
Technology and everything,
technology.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
So it could be that just spooky stories now are going to involve a phone or whatever it is.
I mean, it makes sense, right?
But that one...
I know.
I didn't...
The screaming, I think screaming can happen also from, like, wind on, like, wires. And the bridge, if you looked at the bridge, it has, like, a bunch of wires and, like, cross.
Good point. Have you ever heard of a bobcat screaming?
Yeah, that's the other thing.
Have you heard it?
I haven't heard it.
Okay.
But, or I've heard it screaming when I did a... Miguel's just watching a freaking video.
I'm sorry. I was going to look up a bobcat screaming so I can show you and the listeners.
Okay, let's pause and we'll do that.
Okay.
So Miguel found it. I thought I had heard it, but I hadn't.
My bad. This is a mountain lion.
A mountain lion. Okay, either way, we have bobcats and mountain lions in the area. And especially where this bridge is, it is right next to, like, more open, more rural. Yeah, that's a word.
Yeah.
Not as
right
heavily.
Off of Coyote Butte, I think it's over that way.
Yeah, so it does have... I mean, it has wildlife.
Mm-hmm.
So
I doubt they'd be ever this low, but there's a possibility that a mountain lion could come down. And if you ever heard a mountain lion stalking its prey, it can mimic sound sometimes. This is a mountain lion.
Cats do.
They do.
We had our daughter, and our cat started, like, meowing, like a cry, so that he could get attention.
Yeah.
It was weird.
This is a mountain lion screaming.
Freaky.
It is freaky, right?
So with that, I'm like, okay.
So I'm not saying that's what it
I
could
have never heard that before.
be. You never heard of mountain lion scream?
No.
It's a lot of it.
That's terrifying.
There's a lot of hunting stories, especially up there in the mountains, where they hear women screaming. And a lot of time it's just a mountain lion trying to lure you in or something.
Which is
Imagine, dude.
scary on its own.
Imagine that. You're just hunting and then you hear something like that.
Well, and then do you just not do it because you're like, oh, it could be a mountain lion? But then you're like, what if some poor lady is out here? Like, how do you...
Use your words, lady. I don't know.
How do you, like, yeah. How do you distinguish?
If I heard that while I was out, I'm going home.
Yeah.
I'd probably yell back, suck up! Just
Well,
kidding.
I would just, if anything, I would say, like, do you need help? Or, like, I would try to say something back.
Yeah. But, so I'm not saying that's what it was,
But
but
you really convinced me with that scream. Yeesh.
it's freaky, isn't it?
It's freaky.
Freaky. And it almost... So a lot of the time, I think mountain lions and bobcats are blamed for weird noises in the forest because they can mimic screams and sounds.
I think, and that's where I think that sometimes, like, supernatural things, you're kind of like, is that something? Because I don't think we realize how much animals, like, mimic us or not mimic us or, like, have their own noises and all those kind of things. You know?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, even that. Oh my gosh.
Gives you chills almost. Huh?
Well, because I knew cats, like house cats, did that. Like they will change their meow to sound more like a human, so that they can get more attention.
Right.
I guess I just didn't really think about it. They're just big boy cats, you know. That's all
They're
they
pretty
are.
big. They can mess you up.
Yeah. So, yeesh. But that's what I have from Caldwell. I know it wasn't like a lot of like hardcore facts, but it was like some urban legends like around here, especially around Halloween. Like
some of our listeners down here.
Yeah, so I figured, I mean, why not? You could just bring it in, have some stories about it. But I think the cemetery makes sense. You have the two repeaters, and then you even have Boise ghost hunters on there. And then, and I think cemeteries naturally just have stuff going on.
I think they're just eerie.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think what's eerie about it is
all
the death.
Yeah,
there's so much death in one spot. Like, how's it not? I mean, I feel like it should be creepy.
Yeah.
Makes you human.
I don't think there's death in there. I think it's just...
Well, it is death. Like, it's their body. A dead body.
True, but I don't view it as, like, their...
Well, not like their death. I guess death's a bad word for it. But, like... It's pretty morbid. And I can be morbid, but that's really morbid. And especially when you mostly only go to a cemetery to, like, say goodbye to a loved one, like... Yeesh.
That is true. Luckily, I've never had to do that.
I have. I've gone, and it was weird.
Yeah.
But it's like, it's just weird. But people keep it so nice.
I know.
That's what's so freaky about it. Because you always see in the movies, they're like worn down and just like really bad. Bro, cemeteries are some of the best kept places in the freaking world. I swear.
A lot of nutrients in the soil.
But they're like green lawns, flowers, ponds.
Just the way I want it.
They're just beautiful all the time.
Just throw me in the pond.
Dude, I will. I'll throw you in a lake or pond, wherever you want to be.
So
anyways, we got to go back to this, this like haunted building.
Yeah, haunted building. I'm going to try to leave out as much detail about where we work as possible.
Yeah, because...
But if I get a little out of hand, we're going to restart, and Sam's going to tell me to restart.
Sounds good.
So it was a dark and eerie morning.
Yes. Because, our friend, he has to show up at what, like 4 a.m.?
Sometimes.
5?
Sometimes.
Yeah, he's there early.
Yeah.
And places, don't open up until like, 8 or 9. So he has hours beforehand. Mm-hmm. Nobody's there. Nobody's supposed to be there.
Nobody's there. So this building in particular has a main floor and then a basement underneath that's pretty big. Mm-hmm. That is pretty big. Leading to the basement, you have a long hallway going around that leads you to the break room on the main floor. So he was there early in the morning doing a security test, security audit, whatever you want to call it. And while he was there, nobody was in the building, and he was filling out some paperwork on his laptop. I guess it wouldn't be called paperwork then; it'd just be called
Work
or whatever.
electronic work.
Yeah, electronic work. And so he was sitting there at I think he was in one of the cubicles, or I think he was in the break room.
He was in an office cubicle.
I think he was in an office cubicle, and he heard somebody's voice, and he's like, "Hello, is anybody there?" And he didn't hear anything. So he just was like, "Oh, that's kind of weird." At that point in time, he started to get a little freaked out. But he continued on. And he was typing away. He was typing, filling out his electronic work. And then he said that he heard definitive footsteps leading down to the basement.
Mm-hmm.
And then he left. He said, he said 100% there was a footstep. Like, I heard, like, first he heard voices, then he heard somebody walking down into the basement. Like, he heard the footsteps and everything.
Yeah. And he brought it up later to the people who work there, like, every single day. Because he doesn't, like, work out of that building. So he brought it up to the people who worked there later that day. They're like, "Oh, yeah, that's, like, normal. Yeah, we hear, like, growling or, like, grunting."
Yeah, growling, grunting.
Like, and nobody's there. And, like, we just don't go down there because it freaks us out. I'm like, what?
Yeah, and the worst part is that there is no door leading to the basement. It is just a hallway that turns and turns again. So, okay, you get a hallway, and then you turn down into stairs again, and then you're in the basement. There's no door.
So you can't close it?
You can hear everything. It's all cement walls.
Yeah.
Everything echoes.
Yeah. That's what... Oh my gosh. That gives me the heebie-jeebies. But yeah.
I've been there early in the morning once, and I was like, I don't like it down here. Not one fucking bit.
They're like, "Oh yeah, we just have our Christmas party." I'm like, nah, dude. Never. Never would I have a party down here. Heck to that. No way.
What are you guys gonna do? Chain each other up and not leave?
It's a full moon.
Yeah, it's a full moon.
Jeez. Yeah, but... Yeah, there's some good old Caldwell stories for you.
If you're in Caldwell,
sorry,
let us know. And,
if you have any spooky stories, let us know. But
yeah.
That's what I hope everybody's getting ready for the spooky season. It's getting rowdy. We're excited. I'm excited.
Me too. All right, we'll see you guys on the next one.
See ya.